Hey, need to go get my other phone. I'll go get my other phone. Tell me what's really going on. Soldier boy up in this bitch, I'm ready. What's happening? I don't know why that song stuck in my head, but it is. Where my family at? My family is me and Bob today. Me and Bob. Hope everybody been well, man. I ain't come on here to talk no shit about nothing specific. This is an open stream. Ever the fuck you want to talk about, we gonna talk about. You ain't got nothing to talk about, you ain't got nothing to talk about, G. Why is all my shit fucked up? Yeah, this stream isn't for anything in particular. This is just an open stream. I've been in M.I.A for a minute. So yeah, I'm here hollering at my folks. You know how family get when you don't see them. Oh, what you been up to? Yeah. Who's that watching? I see you. I see you. Well, if you're here, hit the like. Shit, stop playing. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. What's up, Rose? How you doing, family? Hope all is well with you. I see you lurking. I see you lurking. Hope all is well though. You know, this is an open stream, like I said. We gonna talk about whatever gets thrown in the wind. I finally got back home. I've been a little busy. You got 4 kids and 2 of their birthdays. Well, actually, I dealt with 2 birthdays. On the 23rd was my son's birthday. And then on the 24th was my daughter's birthday. So I had to deal with that. Oh, that's good. That's good. I am. I'm well. Thank you for even asking. I am well. I woke up today. Still got some breath in my lungs. I mean, so far so good, you know. We made it above the turf. We got to wake up. We were blessed with that. So I'm having a great day so far. Likewise, I see. Yeah, so this stream, you know, this is an open stream. Probably will talk about a couple things, but for the most part, I want to talk to y'all, specifically the family. You know, y'all talk back and y'all actually have conversations, so that's dope. I know people in real life can't hold a fucking conversation to save their lives if it ain't about gossip in some degree. Most people can't keep a conversation going unless you're bringing up Kardashians or Trump, some fuck shit like that. So we ain't doing that over here. But yeah, I wanted to tell people about uh, the power of your subconscious mind. Absolutely, absolutely, I will do. But I did want to hit somebody else is in here, and it's only one like. Something's not right, people. But the power of the subconscious mind. Now we had a conscious mind, you know, where we tell ourselves to move our hands, speak. You know, that's the conscious mind, which you're able to conceive you're doing or the reality. There we go. But we don't really talk about the subconscious mind, and when we do, or at least through my years and years of studying, all the subconscious talk is usually hidden in books or something like that of that nature. It could be a YouTube video, it could be, but it's not really just spoke on in a simple way. You know, motherfuckers like to sound all scientifical and philosophical. And for the average mind, that shit is gonna lose a lot of people. Because when I start getting into studying, and I didn't know no better about, you know, my vocabulary and things of that nature, I was just reading shit like, what the fuck are you talking about? The, the fire, the spark in the darkness, and the fuck are you talking about, right? So I don't like to talk like that. I like to just talk like I'm talking to family. And the way I talk to family is usually with a bottle of something to drink, a blunt, some dominoes, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna talk to y'all like that, and that's the way it was given to me. And religiously, historically based, they say speak in tongues. You know that shit is stupid. If you go to church and you see people going hum shada hum da, you need to slap the shit out of them. Shouldn't be in church in the first place. Like that's one of the worst places to go. But when you hear people go hum shada hum da, and they jump around and they spaz out weird shit, Holy Ghost and shit. Listen, etymology is the study of words, the origin of words, right? When you get into that and you look into what the tongues literally mean to speak in the language of your people. That's all it means. That's all it means. So if you speak some type of Arab, you're speaking Arab. Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So I speak in the tongue of my people. And the tongue of my people is what we're doing right now. Okay? So the subconscious mind. I just want to tell you a story that I have dealing with the subconscious mind that actually played out in reality. And the only reason it came to mind was I was watching a stream and somebody put in the comments of the stream or whatever, has anybody seen the Grim Reaper? Right? Or a hooded figure. And when I seen that comment, subconsciously, like my whole reality with the Grim Reaper appeared in my head. Right? So I have a history with the Grim Reaper. I really do. So I want to tell y'all this story about this Grim Reaper shit, which blows my mind, maybe because I lived it. So y'all give me feedback. I'm gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna break it down. All right, so this is dealing with the subconscious mind and how the subconscious plays on your reality. Like habits, that's subconscious, right? You're consciously doing it, obviously, but subconscious, like a smoker picks up a cigarette, hits it, put it out. Then 10 minutes later, he'll pick it right back up, light it, hit it, finish it, right? Like he could have finished it the first time, but he put it out. Subconsciously, the nicotine came back to him. He didn't even realize he just put it out. I've seen that many times. All right, so the Reaper. Okay, so when I was about, I want to say about 18, because I had just got out of jail at 18 in order to see my son born. So I got out in time to see the birth of my son. So I was about 18, got out of jail. I'm on house arrest now. So at this time I lived with my mom. I was 18, living with my mom. And I lived in the attic. And couldn't smoke or nothing because I'm on papers and shit. But I remember one night I went to sleep. And in my dream, I woke up in my dream. Because I felt like somebody was there. Or something was close to me that shouldn't have been. And when I opened my eyes, the Grim Reaper was standing over me, looking at me. And you know that feeling you get when somebody jump out the corner and scare you, but you're not actually afraid. You've just been spooked real quick, right? That's what I felt. I didn't feel fear necessarily. I felt like, oh shit, the fuck are you doing over my bed type shit. And you couldn't see no face. You could just see the hood. And I seen a hand. And he said, or it said, because, you know, the Reaper is a Reaper, it's not a sex. But it said, come on. And when it said come on, it translated to me in my dream as go downstairs, right? Because when you come up in my room, you come up the steps, you turn a little banister, and there's the room. So when he said come on, I'm thinking, let's go. We leave. So I went downstairs. This is all in my dream. This is the Reaper in my dream. And how death or the Reaper played out in my actual reality from this alternate dimension called a dream. So I go downstairs. He's right behind me, and it's pitch black. Ain't no lights on in the house. Ain't no lights on in the streets. None. Like the whole hood got a blackout or something. Except for one light that was in front of my house. And in my living room at that time, there was a big ass window in the living room. It's like a big square ass window, and you can see outside. So when I'm coming down the steps, I see, ain't nothing on outside because that big ass window, you can see everything. Except for one fucking street light. And I go over there and I look because I thought I seen something, but it was dark. So I go to the motherfucking window, and there's a family. It's three of them. It's mom, dad, and I believe it was a son. And they were pale, like not white. We call white people pale people. No, they were like dead people. You know how that dead skin turns to like that pale white, chalky look. Well, that's what they look like, but they had on like all black suits with the white undershirt, like what I'm saying, looking real weird. And that freaks me out. Little kids in movies that just appear out of nowhere freak me out. So when I seen that little boy there in my dream, I focused in on his face because I was like afraid of that motherfucker. So I was watching him, and they didn't have no expressions on their face. They was just looking down at the ground like this. And then when I went to the window, and I'm looking like the fuck, I look at the little motherfucking boy goes, does just like that, smiles up at me, fucked me up, right? And I heard the Reaper behind me say, "Go ahead." Like the fuck you mean? But I didn't have fear in my dream. Right. Oh, it gets weirder. So boom, I go outside because he said, "Go ahead." I go outside, and it was almost like I was the missing link to that family. Because when I went outside and I walked up to him, the little boy grabbed my hand, and he was smiling the whole time I walked towards him. So it was fucking with me. But I felt like I was a part of this family. And so I took his hand, and we started walking up the street. And you know how movies are. It was like that in my dream. We just faded to black, right? So I woke up fucked up. Woke up fucked up on house arrest. Can't smoke weed. Can't drink liquor. Can't do none of the shit I was doing at this time. But it was, how when you get out of a dream, it feels so real that you can feel whatever the dream requires. If you're happy, you'll be real happy. But if it's a fucked up dream, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck? I was like that. And so let's pause there. I'm going to touch on that because we seem to think that this physical 3D realm, this physical flesh realm, is the only realm when it's not. If you understand just basic metaphysics, basic, just basic metaphysics. There's a realm past this realm. There's the third realm, fourth realm, fifth realm, second realm. You know what I'm saying? There's no non-reality. Because if you can hit that dream and wake up with sweats, wake up with your heart pounding, it was real for a reason to you. We have this thing that was a taboo that said, oh, it was just a dream. Well, if it was just a dream, why the fuck do you feel like you're still in it when you woke up? Why do you still have the adrenaline pumping when you woke up? Why do you still have the sweats? You know what I'm saying? Your body actively, right? This what I'm touching on. That's what we can build on. Because I'm not saying I'm absolutely right. If you look at the about section of my motherfucking page, it says facts with opinions. Just because we disagree doesn't make us enemies. So we're gonna build on this. Well, if it's so real to you in a dream, and you wake up, you can't uh you can't shut down that it wasn't real because it had to be real for your body to react in a certain way, right? Now we know the physical is only animated through energy. The only reason this body is physical and I'm able to live is because of energy and frequency and vibration, right? Those are three, the Trinity, mother, son, child, right? It always comes back. Well, once we hit our dream realm, that's the reality of the spirit. When we're asleep, our body is so in tune with nature. This has been studied, so just go Google it. Our body is so relaxed, so calm, our energy is able to escape or build and escape. And the expression of our spirit escaping is what we call the dream world, which is reality for the spirit world. You see what I'm saying? And we are spirits within a body, not a body with a spirit. So this is what I wanted to touch on. There's different dimensions and facts, and there's different realities or realms. When we sleep, our spirits are experiencing their own world, which we conducted and created through whatever we hear, feel, and see in this reality. You see what I'm saying? So when you have dreams and you see people in those dreams and they have faces, but you've never seen them, this is your spirit. This is the subconscious that you're not aware of. This is your spirit creating its reality. It created this reality through ego. Ego processes through how it can only comprehend in the physical and gives you your reality. Okay? All right. So now let me continue with this Reaper shit. So boom. I just had to throw those jewels out there. Let y'all simmer on that for a second. But so I wake up all fucked up and da da da. Let's skip some years. Maybe about 8 years, right? I'm with this chick, and we decided to go get tattoos. This is years later now, and I get a couple different tattoos. And on this day, she gets whatever the fuck she gets, and I decide to get a Grim Reaper. Now, mind you, I don't remember at this point. I wasn't recollecting back on my dream, but yet I got the Grim Reaper. Where's he at? Right here, if you can see it. I got the Grim Reaper. It says time waits for no man. Right? Do you peep that though? Do you understand the significance of that? Subconsciously, that Reaper had an impact on me, one way or another. So subconsciously, it was already embedded in me like, yeah, I'm going to get a Reaper. It might have not expressed itself in that fashion if it was a different situation. It could have been a different situation where I introduced something of that nature. But either way it goes, subconsciously it played a part in my decision making because I had the Reaper on my arm. No, it gets deeper than that though. This is what I wanted to build on. This whole thought came from a simple comment I seen in the chat. So boom, get the tattoo. I was gonna say a couple more years later, and I've told this part of the story in a different video twice, I think. So boom, a couple months go by. A couple years go by, but I finally run into my little cousin. Now this young man he had a heart of gold. He made stupid ass decisions. Right, okay? You see that connection? It's crazy. So boom, I run back into my cousin, and I haven't seen him for a couple years. This young man I introduced into drugs, if you will. Weed. I don't think weed is a drug, but for all conversation sakes, okay? I introduced him to weed. I introduced him to women. I introduced him to the street life because at this time I was a lower self entity. So I introduced him to all the fuck shit, right? And so I didn't see him for a while. Then I finally ran back into him. And he's doing street shit. Go figure, right? Still a heart to go. Anyway, I know he's my little cousin. From speaking to him, he's doing a lot of fuck shit in the streets. Like he's doing a lot of shit that a lot of bad karma's gonna come back for him. And at this point in time, I'm not a lower self being, but I'm a mid being. Like I understand my lower self and I'm trying to ascend to my higher self. I'm in this plot of my life at this time. And so I'm sitting with him and he's telling me the shit he's doing, places, he's robbing places and people and shit. And that's nothing new to me. But I'm not that person anymore. So I'm trying to tell him, like, look, cuz I understand you need that money. I understand all the excuses. I understand because they're excuses at the end of the day. They're excuses. I understand that. I introduced you to this, and that. So I understood. Listen to me. I have my own business. My lady is developing her own business. You can come do business with me. Get out of the streets. Make your money legit because you got a baby on the way. He's like, yeah, cuz I know. I just need this quick money. And I'm like, listen, quick money ain't where it's at. Quick money comes with consequences. Everything comes with consequences, but quick money, referring to the street money, comes with consequences. You have a child on the way. Why don't you fuck with me the right way and provide for yourself? He's like, yeah, I know. I think I'm about to do that. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I know you dealing with, what's his name? And he ain't shit and he gonna get you in trouble. He was dealing with somebody. He was doing his crimes with people. He's like, yeah, I know, but we need this money. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna come back check you out tomorrow, and you gonna come work with me today or tomorrow. He's like, all right, bet, good luck. I'm like, right. The next day I didn't hear from him. Next day I didn't hear from him. I get on Facebook. Now, mind you, this is family. I get on Facebook, and I see R.I.P. my cousin and his friend, both of them. So, the first post you don't believe. The first time you hear it, you don't believe it. Then the second, third, fourth time you see that shit, it's like, God damn. So I just broke down. That's my cousin. I watched him from here. I even watched his homeboy from here. Come to find out, motherfucker went and did something. The person he tried to do it to had a gun, and he got laid the fuck out. Him and his homie, dead. 2 days prior, I was with him trying to correct, his perspectives and help him out. 2 days later, he's dead. Okay, that's fucked up, right? Okay, cool. Now I've told this story before. We'll give or take a couple more months later. My right hand man wanted to be. He was one of the types who wanted to be like the rappers, and he tried his best to be just like the rappers. And I got a video called "The Power of Music" that kind of touches on this, but in a deeper sense. So he wanted to be like the motherfuckers on TV. That's the problem with media, and that's the problem with weak-minded people. And he was doing, the drugs or whatnot. That was the biggest part of the problem. He wasn't a crackhead or shit, but he was out there. He was doing mollies and all lean and shit. I ain't never sipped lean. Fuck all that. But he did all that, and he wanted to be like these people. So he come over to my apartment when I lived in this apartment, and we would just smoke. We just smoked and built. Built means having a conversation that is actually important. Built. And I was expressing to him the importance of stop the drugs, and I was expressing to him the importance of being your own person, and I was expressing the purpose of changing your name, because your legal, quote unquote, legal name is a straw man. It doesn't belong to you and it's property. It makes you property. So I was breaking that shit down to him. And he's like, you know what, King, you're right. I'm gonna do this. I just gotta think of a different name. I'm like, but as far as this lean and shit, I can't really let it go right now. I'm a grown man who understands that a grown man is gonna make a grown man decision. So it's love. So when we were just talking, it was always love. It was always love. But 2 days later, he gets murdered outside of a club. 2 days before, I was with him trying to help him out. 2 days later, he's dead. I got that call from my little sister in the morning, and all she said was, Mac is dead. She wasn't crying. She wasn't nothing. She was just, hey, bro, I need to tell you something. I'm like, what's up, D? She's like, Mac is dead. Somebody killed Mac. And it just fucked me up because 2 days before that, I was with him in his car in front of my apartment building, smoking, talking. Right? Okay. Couple weeks later, a guy I knew from my childhood. I live in Ohio. I'm from Detroit, but we moved here from Alaska. I was a mover. But this guy, he was my friend the moment I moved here. Like when I first started walking around the neighborhood and shit like that, getting introduced to people and this was my homeboy. We beat niggas up together. You know what I'm saying? Shot dice, smoked. This just regular young people shit. Went to school. We was on the same wrestling team. I was number one in the county. He was number two. Like this was my homie. Played basketball, different basketball leagues together. This was my homie. Football, all that. Anyway, I look on Facebook one day, and this motherfucker is dead too. Craziest part about his shit is though, he either now I don't know to this day because I'm not no fucking detective, but one story says he killed himself. Another story said he was killed. Right? Either way, the motherfucker's dead. What made it crazy about his shit was his shit. He died literally behind the old house I used to live in when I had the dream of the Reaper. He lived, or he died, and there was a big ass plot of land behind our house at the time where we played football and shit. He died in that fucking plot of field. Now I say all that to say, I started with a dream of death. I get death tattooed on my body, and I personally know at least, that the Grim Reaper is more than just death. I know personally through studies that he doesn't just represent death. But for conversation's sake, I had the dream of the Reaper. I get the Reaper tattooed on me, and then four of the closest people at these times around me died 2 days after being with me. Now I look at shit on a deep level. Now I could be crazy, but I feel like subconscious energy of the Reaper that I kept and that it signifies carried into my reality from another realm of energy or dimension of energy, of frequency. Because this alone has an energy. You might see loser, but see, that's the frequency and the energy and the symbology that it gives. So it goes with everything. And I just wanted to touch on the subconscious mind, because subconsciously I forgot, consciously and subconsciously, well, consciously, I forgot about that Reaper dream. But yet something in my structure of self led me to want to get a Reaper. That's a subconscious act that carries energy. That's why it went from subconscious energy to physical energy. See what I'm saying? And then these people dying around me, literally right from being from with me. Maybe I'm crazy, but it felt like that the energy of this fucking Reaper or death stayed with me. And one of my cousins was like, bro, I ain't kicking it around you. Now, he might have been trying to be funny, but to me, I dig deep in this shit. And when all these motherfuckers, this all happened within a couple months. I mean, months worth, all together. So it fucked with me. Like, maybe I am carrying this energy in the wrong manner. Mind you, this was years ago. This was a couple years ago. Now, through studies, I understood that the Reaper doesn't just signify death, but that subconscious mind creates your reality. You understand what I'm saying? The mind is all is mind type of thing. Whatever you have laying dormant in your subconscious, you can see through how your reality is playing. You understand? Like, for instance, how do I put it without using a Reaper? Subconscious, I'm afraid of the dark. But as a grown man, I feel like I've conquered the dark. That's the ego. The subconscious deals with the ego as well. But consciously, I make sure to keep a light on. I don't feel like I'm doing it because I'm scared of the dark, but something in me makes me want to keep a light on, whether it's to see where I'm going or for my kids to see where they're going or some of that nature. doesn't matter. Subconsciously, if I were to be like, why the fuck do I keep these lights on when I gotta pay these bills? You would understand. Oh, okay, from this that happened. Like when my sister's dad threw me in the fucking 10, 11 foot water when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, a young nigga. And I was damn near about to die, but I figured out how to grab onto the side of the pool. Now, I don't have no fear of swimming or the deep end. Now it's just, I don't like the feeling of drowning. So when I see movies where people are drowning, I can feel it because I've experienced it, but it's laid dormant. If I don't see a movie where somebody's drowning, I don't think about it. As soon as I see it, it clicks. Like, oh, you remember that? Oh, you remember that? Oh, see what I'm saying? That creates fear, that creates anxiety. So we have to understand what we put in here, what we feel in here is going to play out physically. I did a video on fear. Fear actually hurts the body in a literal sense. So you have to be aware of what you create your reality with. If you create your reality with some fuck shit, you're going to see fuck shit. You're going to feel fuck shit, and fuck shit's going to happen to you. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you choose to give off is what you get. You give what you get. You feel me, family? So I just wanted to touch on that because after I seen that comment, I started looking like, damn, I did have the dream about the Reaper. I did get the Reaper tattoo. And everybody who was around me was dying around me. So thinking that, I mean, even thinking like that, even though I'm realizing and exposing some things of my reality, I'm still feeding my mind with certain information like, damn, you might be the Reaper. Damn, nigga, death might follow you. See what I'm saying? I don't do that now, but I did reflect in that manner at one point. Be careful. Right, right. So just be careful on the information you choose to soak within here, because it's going to play out in this reality as well as the different realities. When you dream, like you had a good day, you might still have a fuck ass dream, right? Or you might have a bad day and have a good dream. Then you wake up and you're like, oh, let's start fresh now. No, you have to really sit down with that dream. That dream is your spirit or your soul, whatever you prefer to call it. The ancients called it the Kaaba. That's where you get Kabbalah, Kaaba El, light God, Kabbalah, or Ka Allah, Kab Allah. You hear my princesses? Watch this. What's up, beautiful? I don't know. I don't know where I'm at. They gonna find me, G. Oh, oh God. Hey, beautiful. I'm on the phone. What's up? You wanna say hi to the world? You wanna say hello, my princess? Hello. Say peace. Peace. Yep, yep. Peace when we're together, right? Yeah. That's right. Go ahead, mama. Let me get on this phone. I'm about to make you some. I'm gonna give your brother that. Okay? Oh, he's done with it? Is he done? Never for it. All right, well, go ahead. No business. Beautiful. You see, that's what you want to put into your fucking reality. You create your reality, man. As long as you understand how powerful you are, bruh, bruh, it's a beautiful thing when you understand you have power over everything. You know, we get in situations where we say, why me and shit like that. Because you the only motherfucker that, who are you asking in the first place? Why me? Who the fuck got more power over your life than you? If you're a religious person, it could be a number of deities. I get it. But let's be logical. In reality, you are the most powerful being in your reality. You are the God of your reality. You create your reality. You create the good and the bad. Why? Because you decide how to react to certain shit or to react in general. You decide which way to go. You decide up or down. You decide. You know what I'm saying? That's you. That's how powerful you are. And by your actions, you influence other people. That's how powerful you are. So when I say family, I really mean it. When I say let's talk, I really mean it. Because you can, this is alchemy, damn near. Damn near, this is alchemy. When motherfuckers build with knowledge or just build in a proper manner, magic is created. Different universes are created. Different realities are looked at and perceived. We are the gods. The power of energy, vibrations, voice. The voice of God is vibrations, energy, frequency. You dig? You with me, family? Yeah, that's what we do from time to time. They're my little princesses out there, man. But that's what I try to keep my reality based on. The closest thing to God, other than understanding you are God, is the child. And I'm talking small childs, children, not kids. Kids are goats or something, but children, young children, like 3 to 9 months, specifically 3 to 9 months. That's when a child represents God at the apex because the child doesn't understand it's separate from anything. It just is. It doesn't have a comprehension of good and bad, happy, sad, in the context that we do because we impose that onto the child. Once the child understands it's separate from its mother or separate from God, because God is the mother. God is Goddess, the mother. God is the mother. Once they figure out they're separate from the God, that's when the spark of godhood or godhead is taken away from the child and it becomes a dependent thing that knows it's separate. That's terrible. That's what happened to us. Now we have to get back to that childlike understanding that we are all connected as one. My consciousness plays out on you by you watching this video and accepting me as a part of your reality. You see that? You see that? I hear you out there, Marley. Samahani. Samahani. Excuse me. You're going to try to whisper. Absolutely, Rose. Absolutely. You know, I'm glad that we can have this conversation. I've dealt with religious people, and once I say I'm God, I tell everybody, I look everybody in the eyes and say I'm God. I'll tell you, when you walk into my house, those little girls, the queen, my son, that's God. The woman is God first. The woman is the true God. And we're not talking about a physical being or some weird shit like, no. We're talking about in the aspects of the creator. It is the woman. And I'm surrounded by women. Hi, shut the door, beautiful.
Molly's right here.
Marley, come here.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
All right, shut the door. Peace. But that's it, family. I just want to touch just briefly on the subconscious. Understand whatever you experience in your reality goes in your subconscious. Some of it gets transferred to your conscious, some of it stays subconscious. And it's through that subconscious or that ego, that false self, that we make up ideas about ourselves and how and why we operate, which is the false core drivers. What drives the ego is the false core. What is the ego? The false self. Once we realize the ego, once we see it and expose it for what it is, which is shit, and we submit it, you hear that? See, that the queen being here, the lioness be But once we understand the ego and we can break down the ego, you can never get rid of your ego. You can never get rid of the false self. You can just submit it, which means understand it's there and work around it by knowing it's there. You see what I'm saying? It's like having a fear. Once you face it, you take the power away from it. Same with the ego. Once you understand it, you take the power away from it. So by you listening to me, I'm a part of your ego now. I'm a part of you now. By you talking back to me, you're a part of mine. This is the power of us. This is the power of conversation. This is the power of frequency, energy, and vibrations. You feel me, family? You are great. We are great. And whatever you put in your brain, be very careful what you choose to accept. Energy vampires, emotional vampires, they're the same thing. TV, media, music, movies. Do away with all that. All that is hi. I'm doing my thing. What you looking for? What you looking for? Underwear. Oh. I just threw some in the basket. Yeah. But that's it. You just gotta be careful, man. Absolutely, family. Absolutely. That's what we do. I don't never really have no topics to talk about. I really depend on y'all to throw out topics, but most of the time it's just me talking. Next time, anytime. Absolutely. Just be great. That's what you keep doing. Just be great. Just keep being great. That's all I ask. Be great. Spread positivity. It's okay to talk to strangers, man. As long as you're a grown up. It's okay to talk to strangers. You never know. You might impact that motherfucker in a positive way. And then he does that in turn to somebody, for somebody, and it'll come back. So just keep that in mind. Energy is universal. Frequency is universal. Vibration is everything. So whatever you give out, you're gonna get back. Do a good deed is done, and it continues. It's like pay it forward. It'll eventually come back to you. Stay away from energy vampires who feed off your happiness, who feed off of disagreeing, just disagreement, disagreeful people. Disagreeful. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I'm saying. People who just are there for the bumping of heads, just to be against. Yeah, you got to reprogram yourself by realizing yourself. First, you have to sit down in front of a mirror, preferably with a blunt. But hey, that's up to me and up to you. Or a nice glass of wine, whatever you prefer. Sit in front of a mirror. Evaluate yourself. Not, oh, one eye is bigger than another. Or one nut hang lower than the other nut. Or one titty bigger than the other. Not like that. That's physical. We're way past physical beings. We're way past that. Say, hey, my name is John Doe. Okay, who is John Doe? John Doe is this. John Doe is that. Okay, well, why is John Doe this and why is John Doe that? Well, John Doe is this because John Doe likes ABCs. Why does John Doe like the ABCs? And you just break yourself down, or your false self, the ego, because the importance of the mirror is to see the ego, which is what you perceive to be you. See? It's here. So you break that down by asking it why. Start with a simple question. John Doe likes Hooters. I just seen a movie with Hooters, so it's in my head. Don't worry about that. Okay, well, why? The chicken's great. Why is the chicken great? Why do you like Hooters instead of da 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 da? Well, because it is. You just break down the ego. The ego is what the perception is of self. Okay, I see. King has Bob Marley shirt. Well, why does King wear Bob Marley shirt? Why does King think he has to grow his hair out? You know what I'm saying? Why does King think tattoos? And you just break yourself down. And once you get to the root of it, you'll see the ego and why it operates. Now, knowing that, you can push that bitch to the side, build the God self, or the Godhead. Understand vibrations, energy, higher self versus lower self, heaven versus hell. You see what I'm saying? As above, so below shit. So that's alchemy. That's what I study. But to be great, you have to know who you are. You are not Jane Doe or John Doe. You are not mom's son. Well, you are, but you see what I'm saying? You're not these things you think you are. You are you. You are who you are. I am that I am. Disagreeable. Disagreeable. I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. See, that's why I fucked with you. That's why you're great. God damn it. Thank you. Fucking my. I had it all fucked up. I did. But yeah, man. The subconscious or the false self is strong. You gotta put in work. I've been putting in work heavy. I done had people laugh in my face. People turn their back, turned it because they don't know no better. The fear of the unknown. I did a whole stream on that. It was just me talking. It's only an unknown fear because you don't know it yet. That fucking simple. Go fucking face a fear. But your ego has you scared to face fears, or your ego has you having fears in general. This is what we need. What we're doing now is what we need to be doing. We just needed more people in the room. You see what I'm saying? To bounce off of each other's energy. This is a great build. This is understanding. As long as you got a gem out of this, as long as you got a message out of this, something in this conversation helped you out. We've done our job. Because you spoke back. Most motherfuckers just watching. That's that. In order for God to be God, he has to realize, or she has to realize, talking in the physical, that it is God. And when you see your reality and you look at what you do in your reality, which is everything, you control everything, that's God. We ain't gonna talk religiously. I'm not a religion, but you have the power to create a reality. That's God. You have the power to do good or bad. That's God. What? And the aspects and principles and characteristics. When we could do a whole conversation about actual God, but I don't want to today. Not right now, at least. I'll be on later too. I've been busy the last couple of days, so I figured I'd get up on here early and talk to my family. But I mean, just remember that subconscious is holding a lot of information that creates and molds your reality without you being aware of it. It's not until you sit down with yourself and reflect on yourself. That's God. God is, right? But everything is created through God's reflection of thought. It's contemplating upon itself creates. Thought is energy. So when God reflects on itself, those energies of thought carry into condensing matter and such shit. Like, that's a whole nother stream though. I'm talking about you, the one sitting here watching me, the one who's gonna watch me, who might not pick up this stream. You are God. You create your heaven, you create your hell, you create your happiness, your sadness, your fear. You do that. You have the influence to create other people's fear, happiness, sadness. Your influence, your voice, your vibration, your energy that you give off. It's all you. That's how great you are. And you're going to be greater every day you get greater, as long as you choose to. There's no such thing as stagnant energy. There's no such thing. Don't let anybody, don't do that. Don't let nobody say that. You're either building energy, good, good. I'm glad you got something out of this, Rose. I've done my job then. Thank you. But once you understand the energy you have, it's amazing. It's amazing. You're amazing. You are fucking amazing. I can't even put it in words how amazing you are for real. And anybody who sees this, who hasn't had anybody to tell you that, and I actually mean it, right? You create your own reality. I actually mean it. You are fucking awesome. I know it. I know it. So it's different from believing it. No, I know you're fucking awesome. Whoever sees this, period, you're fucking awesome. Why am I? It doesn't fucking matter. Just know you're fucking awesome, G. You see what I'm saying? People say, well, why? Why am I so awesome? Because you're fucking awesome. That's it. Stop making shit difficult. Just be awesome. That's God. Just be. Just be. Yes, be. Just be. I love all those who love me. I appreciate all those who appreciate me. I will have. I will be on live later. I'm gonna just keep doing live streams all day, every day. I'm not gonna have no topics. So if you come in here and I'm just staring at the phone like this, and there's people in the room and I'm just sitting here like this, it's because I don't have nothing to talk about. But I'd rather talk to the people who fucking appreciate me and have like minds than not, and then talk to other motherfuckers that don't. You know what I'm saying? So throw out topics from time to time, y'all, because I'm pretty sure we could build on anything. Just like that guy in the comments said something about the Reaper. I just took that and had a whole thing for it. So next time, family, if you make it, be in the comments, throw shit out there, see if I can keep up. We gonna build on everything, whatever you want to talk about. Symbology, numerology, astrology, astronomy, alchemy. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about. Right? Exactly. We are the gods, and people have a problem saying I'm God. You should take that. You are God. You just have to realize it. You're not God till you realize it. You're God, but you're not full potential God. You're not Super Saiyan blue God and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not ultimate form God, but you're God either way. And if you want to understand God a little better, look at a baby. Might sound crazy as an adult. Why must I look down upon a baby to see God? But if you rewind this stream, you understand why the child is the closest to God, as the concept, at least. So, with that being said, I'm gonna be back on. I'm gonna need y'all to throw out some challenges, some conversation starters. You know, because I could talk about anything I want, but I'd rather participate with my family on here, man. I need different perspectives because I feel like, and I've been told this, I feel like I'm too aggressive. Well, y'all haven't talked to me like in a long conversation where we both go back and forth, but I've been told I'm too aggressive because I just know, and when I hear misinformation, I always correct it. So most of the time in conversations, hey, you get your hair did, girl. Get all prettified. It don't matter when you jump back in, just when you see me. Make sure to holler at me, man. Throw out some, leave a comment, a like, and, you know, all that good shit YouTubers say. Do all that for my shit too. I want to like, I want to comment, I want to sub. I'm just fucking with y'all, just to leave y'all on a light note, some smiling shit, you know. But for real, man, throw out some shit out there. Throw anything you want. We'll talk about whatever. Or else I'm going to keep coming with whatever the fuck I want. It's not necessarily what y'all want to hear at the time. Sometimes I just want y'all to just talk. Like, yo, I had this idea from my YouTube that I was just going to come on one day out the week and just let y'all argue with me. Not necessarily with me, but even then. Like, if you had a bad day, I want you to be able to come in here and just let it out. Like, fuck my job. And I'm going to be sitting there right, fuck that job. Fuck that coworker. Hell yeah, you right. The gall of that motherfucker. See, I want to do shit like that. I want y'all to be able to express like I express. So leave a comment on what you might want me to talk about, and I'll go in on it. Till then, I'll be back on. What time is it for me? 11:34, 11:35. That's what time it is for me right now. So I'll be on 2 p.m. I want to say 2 p.m. So be ready for me. I hear they want some food in there, so it's time to make breakfast for my princesses. With that being said, family, it's all love. I do appreciate you. You just gotta practice it. It's not a look. Even religiously, God didn't build the world in one day, whatever. It took time. So how is a God that didn't know it was a God supposed to realize it's God all in one day? It's not gonna happen, G. But I'm here with you. Any questions about it? I'm here with you. Any perspectives on it? I'm here with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. It took me time to realize my potential. So I don't blame anybody for taking time. Some take longer, some take shorter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. With that being said, once again, if y'all want something to talk about, leave it in the comments. I'll make sure when the next stream is set up specifically for that. Till then, though, it's peace when we're together, chaos when we're not. That's the symbol for division. If you didn't know, pick up a book, gain some knowledge, spread some positivity. That's important. It comes back. Peace, family. I do appreciate you, and I'm out.